What if I told you that the hardest workout isn't always the smartest one? When it comes to the dangerous fat hidden deep inside your belly, slowing down might actually speed up your results. Have you ever noticed someone at the gym running on a treadmill until they are completely exhausted, soaking wet with sweat, yet their body shape seems to stay exactly the same month after month? It is a common frustration. We are taught that more pain equals more gain. We assume that if we are not gasping for air, we are not burning fat. But biology is not that linear. It is actually much more interesting. There is a specific type of fat in your body that does not respond well to high-stress exercise. In fact, intense sprinting might actually tell your body to hold on to it. This is visceral fat. It is not the soft, squishy layer you can pinch with your fingers. That is subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat is the hard, dangerous stuff packed tightly around your liver, pancreas, and intestines. It is the hidden killer. And the science shows that the simple act of walking, yes, just walking, might be the ultimate weapon against it. But to understand why, we have to look at how your body chooses its fuel. It is not random. It is a precise economic decision made by your cells. To understand why walking targets visceral fat, imagine your body as a hybrid car with two different fuel tanks. Tank A contains high-octane racing fuel. This represents glycogen, which is sugar stored in your muscles and liver. It burns incredibly fast and provides explosive power, but the tank is very small. You run out of it quickly. Tank B contains diesel fuel. This represents your body fat. This tank is enormous. Even a very lean person has enough fat stored to walk for days without eating. However, diesel burns slowly. It takes time to warm up the engine and convert that heavy fuel into energy. Here is the catch. Your body is lazy. It always wants to use the easiest fuel for the job. When you sprint, do CrossFit, or run fast, your heart rate spikes. Your body panics. It thinks, we need energy right now. It does not have time to go through the slow process of converting fat, diesel, into energy. So it slams shut the valve on the fat tank and drains the sugar tank, racing fuel. You are burning calories, yes, but you are mostly burning sugar. Once the workout is over, you get hungry, eat, and refill the sugar tank. Nothing changes in your fat stores. Now consider walking. When you walk, your heart rate rises, but it stays low, usually in what scientists call zone 2. You are not gasping for air. Because the demand for energy is steady and moderate, your body says, we have plenty of time. Let's not waste the precious racing fuel. Let's use the diesel. In this low-stress state, your body oxidizes fat as its primary energy source. It pulls triglycerides, fat molecules, out of storage and burns them. But why specifically the visceral fat? Think of visceral fat like a checking account and subcutaneous fat, the fat under your skin, like a savings account. Visceral fat is chemically more active. It is located right next to the liver, which is the body's processing plant. Because of this proximity and its blood flow, visceral fat is the first to release its funds when the body needs easy fat to burn. It is designed to be a quick-access energy source during low-intensity movement. So, while walking burns fewer calories per minute than running, the percentage of those calories coming from fat is much higher. You are draining the correct tank. Let's deepen our understanding with another layer, stress hormones. This is where the story gets fascinating and where many people get it wrong. Imagine you are a caveman. If you are sprinting, it usually means one thing. Something is chasing you, or you are chasing something. It is a life or death situation. Your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These are stress hormones. Cortisol does something tricky. It tells your body to liberate sugar into the bloodstream for immediate energy, but it also signals your body to store fat in the midsection as a backup for the future. Why the midsection? Because, as we mentioned, it is close to the liver for quick access later. So chronic high-intensity exercise without enough recovery mimics chronic stress. You are constantly telling your body you are in danger. Your body responds by holding on to that visceral fat as a survival mechanism. Now, compare that to walking. Walking is historically what humans did to forage or migrate. It is calm. It lowers cortisol. When cortisol drops, the lock on your fat cells opens up. We can use an analogy of a delivery truck system. Your blood is the road system that carries fat to the muscles to be burned. Visceral fat has a very dense network of blood vessels. It is like living in a house right next to the highway on-ramp. Subcutaneous fat, leg, or arm fat is like living deep in the suburbs on a cul-de-sac. It is harder for the delivery trucks to get there. When you walk, blood flow is consistent and calm. The delivery trucks can easily enter the highway of visceral fat, pick up the load, and take it to the muscles. If you are sprinting, blood is shunted away from your digestive system and fat stores to force feed your muscles with oxygen. The highway closes down for construction. The trucks can't pick up the fat. We see this in laboratory settings. Studies measuring FatMax, the intensity at which you burn the most fat, consistently show it happens at conversational paces. If you can't talk while you are doing it, you have likely switched over to burning sugar. You have stopped burning the fat you are trying to lose. It is counterintuitive, but to reduce the belly, you literally need to slow down to let the biology catch up. What does this change about how we see our bodies? It tells us that we cannot outsmart millions of years of evolution. We are designed to be persistent walkers. We are the only primate that walks upright for long distances efficiently. Our metabolism is tuned for this. Visceral fat is not just dead weight, it is an active, dangerous organ. It pumps out inflammatory chemicals called cytokines that increase the risk of heart disease and diabetes. It is like having a toxic waste dump sitting inside your abdomen. The fact that walking specifically targets this depot is nature's way of rewarding us for doing what we are meant to do. Move consistently, every day. It is not about the burn you feel in your muscles. It is about the chemistry happening in your cells. The universe of your body operates on logic, not punishment. You do not need to punish yourself to get healthy. By understanding that walking utilizes fat as its primary fuel source because of oxygen availability and low stress levels, you reclaim control. You realize that a 1-hour walk is not lazy. It is a surgical strike against the most dangerous tissue in your body. So the next time you feel guilty for not sprinting until you collapse, remember the 2 fuel tanks, remember the delivery trucks, and remember that sometimes the most profound changes happen not when we are rushing, but when we take the time to move with purpose. The science is clear. Slow and steady really does win the race against visceral fat. If this changed how you view your morning walk, subscribe for more science that makes sense. Share this with your walking buddy.